Beloved, welcome back to the next episode of putting together a 1940s elk hunting / logging camp. Today you're going to be watching a man operating at the extreme limits of his ability. We're going to be doing a little blacksmithing today, building a custom handle for the new campaign table. If you're just joining us, last week we built from scratch this small folding table. Now everything we're doing down here for the most part is going to be handmade and done deliberately. And I want to make a carry handle and a series of hooks because this is going to be a cooking table for our canvas wall tent. Learning to blacksmith on your own is a very challenging, a very steep learning curve. I decided on 6.5 inches. We'll start with this, and what I'm going to attempt to do is to make this square round and then make 2 decorative ends on there and then create the shape in it. So imagine like a drawer pull, but a little bit bigger so we can carry that around with. Let's turn this baby up to 11. Today we'll be using the gas forge. It's gonna be a lot less for me to worry about keeping this thing going than the old wood forge. All right, gentlemen, shall we proceed? I have very limited tools. I'm just getting started, so a lot of the things you're gonna watch me do are gonna be completely wrong, but we're learning by doing. So I watched a couple YouTube videos. The first thing we need to do is to kind of start separating the material. Well, I don't know what all the terms are, but basically we got to kind of make us, oh good grief, boy, it's hard to run the tongs, man. I don't have the strength and the skill. Woo, that's hot. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Do the same thing on the other side. I hope to kind of guess I've got the... Oh, this is not good. Look how much bigger that one is. Oh, goodness. That's not even close. I should have measured it, but... Well, we'll just have to go with it. This is how we learn. I think we just need to be just kind of... I don't mind if it's a little bit round or a little bit square, but I don't want it to be sharp on the hands. Boy, what a pleasure it is working on this big old 400-pound anvil, goodness. Well, it looks pretty good. I think we'll flip over to the other side. I like the look of that. Hit that thumbs up, gentlemen. I'm working hard for you over here on the hottest day of the year. My tongs get pretty hot, so I got some water here. I keep those cool so it doesn't creep up the handle. Got the other side there. We'll kind of... Ooh, that's hard on bare feet. Now, I think we need to make points on this, just kind of pointy on both sides, and then we'll flatten it out. But so far, oh, it's going to be so asymmetrical, but that's all right. Okay, this is the part that I'm worried about. Let's see if we can't make this into a point. Oh, it's so solid, this anvil, compared to what I've worked with in the past. I think it's looking good, gentlemen. Oh, goodness. Boy, the rebound on that about hit me back in the head. You're not supposed to strike the anvil with a hammer. That thing bounced right back into my face. Yeah, we'll get on the edge. I'll get on the edge there. That way that won't happen again. I'm not even sure what part of the anvil to use, so that was a lesson learned right there. Boy, I'm upset about, look at the difference. See how much more material there is there than here. Maybe I could bring that to the point and cut some of it off so that it's going to look better when we're finished. Do I dare? I could just nip a little bit of that off and then bring that to a point and it'd be closer to matching, or we just go with it. Might just live with it. I have to, you know, they say if you make something ugly out of steel, it's ugly for a long time, but that might just be a rebuke to me to get better. I don't see any reason why we couldn't lob a little bit of that off. We're making the rules here. So what we were about a third, maybe just not too much. We could always get rid of that. Now bring that to a point and it'll probably be closer. This side's not near as good. I got, yeah, this is getting worse and better. All right, well, we just have to go with it. So I don't want to mess with it too much more. So now we gotta flatten these guys out so that we can make it thin and get a screw into it. And I think you're supposed to use this part of the hammer. Just I forget the term for it, but. Oh, so ugly. The thing that really bothers me is how ugly the approach is. I guess we can change that, maybe. It's just the transition. There's not a nice transition there. That's definitely maybe helping. It's still pretty terrible though. Oh, crude, very crude. Okay, let's go about bending it. I installed a small vise here that we'll use. I'll clamp it in here, and then we'll try to make that bend, that handle shape that I'm hoping to get. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Oh, that forge is hot. So much harder than it looks. Goodness. So much harder than it looks. I'm reluctant to fool with it. Too much. Oh, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But it's the handle we got. All right, let's punch the holes here. I've started to, oh, those are hot. Oh, that's the second burn. I got a pretty good burn on my thumb today and my foot. And down my left finger. I grabbed the wrong end of those tongs. They're hot. Good grief. I started to make I've made a few tools. This is a punch I made. We'll use this to punch. Now, if I understand right, we'll punch directly down on the anvil, and you don't want to strike the metal on the anvil, but the little piece that you punch out kind of insulates it. It's called the biscuit. Pay attention now. Don't let that thing bounce around on me. That's not going through there very good. I guess we'll just have to keep trying. I forget, should I punch it? If I punch it over this big hole, it's just gonna bend everything super bad. That's not working out so good. I think it's too thin. I've got this piece of steel that used to be on my granddad's bench. It's got some holes in it. I think if we punch over this, it might go through a little bit better. So I'll give this a try. I don't know, this might be a bad idea too. We'll see here. What happened? Is it good? Oh, well, that's a big hole. Oh shoot, that's hot. I learned my lesson slow, gentlemen. Well, we got a hole there, don't we? Oh, there's the biscuit. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Oh, my tongs are hot. Oh, everything's hot. Today's hot. Okay. We might clean that up with a rat tail file there. Get while the getting's good. Okay, let's try this one more time. Whew, I'll tell you, beloved, blacksmithing is not for wussies. The problem, I think, is the hole is too, oh, we got it all bent up. The hole is too big. Let's just keep after it, be patient. Oh, we got it, look at that. We got it. This one's ugly over here though. It's still kind of hanging out. Let's heat it one more time. Might as well. What do we got to lose, right? It's already as bad as it could be. I can clean that up with a file. I can live with that. All right, let's heat it. That still looks pretty. Let's heat it one more time and I'll flatten out those ends, which I kind of messed up a little bit. Oh goodness, that is hateful. Ugly. Looks like we still do have a little bit of that biscuit hanging out in there. If we could get that out of there, just one more. Oh, we're asking for trouble. That's it. That's it, we got it. I think, oh, it's still hanging out there. It won't go away. It won't go away. Good grief, this is so difficult, so difficult. It's just, yeah, it's just a wire there. Come on now. The blacksmith roll, they're rolling in their, oh, it fell out, we got it. They're rolling in their grave, beloved. They're rolling in their grave. Watching me stumble around here like a fool. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore other than let's just brush off the scale. I think we're good, gentlemen. Good as I'm gonna get today. Next one will be better. Flatten that out. Min wax on there. It's still maybe a little hot for that. Yeah, well, maybe not. I don't know. Seems a bit hot. Maybe not on the ends. Their ends are thinner, so they're definitely, you know, you learn all sorts of things. You know, like the thinner metal cools quicker. Like here, this is hotter. More mass, more heat in it. Lot to learn this. Lot to learn. Well, beloved, there it lies in the dirt like a slug. I have nothing really to say for myself other than I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to watch this. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers. Whoa. Ouch. We'll see you guys on the next video.